Hello, my friends, and welcome to another day with some knowledge from Caroline. I am Caroline, sharing my life experience, lived experiences, and golden nuggets I picked up along the way. And today we're talking about your body being in survival mode, how to get out of it, how you got there, and just give yourself some freaking grace because you know what, gosh dang it, it's not your fault. So, we're talking all about unlocking your body's potential through exiting survival mode. And if you're watching this, unless you yourself, wherever you are on your journey, it takes work to get out of this survival mode. It takes reframing your brain, changing your habits, healing your body, connecting with your soul, all integrative. And wherever you are along the journey, there's a golden nugget in here for you. So what the heck is survival mode? Survival mode is the term that I coin for a prolonged state of living in fight or flight. We have our parasympathetic nervous system and our sympathetic nervous system. Your parasympathetic nervous system is, maybe you've heard of the rest and digest. It's the calm, cool, present, everything's cool. However, when your sympathetic nervous system is on alert, you're in the fight or flight, your cortisol is up, your adrenaline's pumping, your body's in alert mode. And your body, I just spilled all over myself. Your body goes into this alert mode when it senses danger, threat. We have our brain. We live in human bodies, we're mammals, so our brain is hardwired to be an animal, AKA the top of the priority list is survival. So we need enough food, we need to be safe, free from danger for us to get out of that parasympathetic nervous system. In our day and age, every single client that comes to me, 90% of the people in my life are actively in that fight or flight alert response 24/7 because their body senses danger, their brain senses danger, and danger is anything that is a perceived stressor. So whether it's real or perceived, we're making it up, that is going to trigger this response. This response is really awesome, really helpful, because if a T-Rex is charging at you, your body needs to quickly get into a state where your frontal lobe shuts off so you can't make an executive decision and you go in autopilot so that your muscles have enough blood so all you can do is run away. No time to think about it. It's like when you put your hand on a hot thing and you immediately pull it away before thinking about it. All these mechanisms are so helpful for keeping us alive. However, we live in a society where things are very safe. Roof over your head. If you're watching this, you have a phone or a laptop or an iPad, which means you probably live a block away from a 7-Eleven at least, somewhere you can get food. You have a fridge to store food. The same dangers that existed when our brains developed and came up with these systems don't exist anymore. So most of the things in our life are perceived stressors. So survival mode is the term for a prolonged state of this fight or flight response. When we stay there for extended periods of time, it leads to complete depletion of your mind and body, creating harmful health consequences, negative thinking patterns, a depleted body, and a cascade of other things. Does any of this sound familiar? Constantly fatigued, little to no motivation, high food cravings, especially at night, health issues, whether it's reoccurring, chronic, acute things that come up here and there, an injury that won't go away. Are you feeling unfulfilled? Like there's a hole, like there's something you're searching for? Chances are you might be in survival mode. The effects of being in survival mode, this prolonged period of fight or flight, are quite damaging. I'm going to read off a list. If even any of it triggers something, I want you to listen to the rest of this and take away as many golden nuggets as you can. Do you experience low energy levels, like afternoon crashes, feeling drained after simple tasks, exhausted after a workout, long time to recover? Do you have difficulty losing weight despite decreasing your calories, increasing your movement? There's just stubborn weight that you cannot get rid of. Mood instability. Do you experience mood swings? Maybe you're in a season of depression, a season of anxiety, or are you experiencing anhedonia? That is the fancy word for lack of pleasure in everything. Are you just kind of going through the motions, not really caring about much? Frequent injury or illness, like I was speaking on before, maybe you're always getting sick. Maybe it's the same cold that keeps coming back, or it's always something new, or you're always struggling with your stomach, or your hips are always hurting. Not seeing any progress in the gym despite maybe following a tailored progressive overload system, the macros, you're getting the programs and just nothing is happening and you're not feeling where you want to be. Temperature regulation is off. You're either too cold, too hot, sweaty at night, can't find the medium. Poor sleep quality. Can't fall asleep, can't stay asleep. You don't sleep all night and then you have these big naps during the day, or you never feel rejuvenated when you wake up. Do you experience hair loss or thinning? Was there a time when you had a full head of hair and now you don't? Low libido, so you don't even want to do anything, or maybe a heightened sense, wanting to do everything. Hormone imbalances, that can look like acne. We need to obviously get a blood test to test for that, like acne, irregular periods for women. It's not working down there, men. Things like that. Disrupted hunger cues. Do you never know when you're hungry? Is it hard to tell when you're full? Do you go all morning not eating and then you're starving by 2 p.m. and then you have high cravings at night? Do you even know what hunger feels like in your body? Is it thirst? Is it hunger? Am I full? Do I only know I'm full when I'm too full? Intense cravings, especially at night, for these hyper palatable, high caloric foods like Oreos, anything in a bag, most everything in a gas station. And you feel like you're just living on autopilot. You're feeling disconnected, emotionally numb, going through the motions of life and not really knowing where you're headed. If any of that sounds even slightly familiar, chances are you might be experiencing survival mode or might be dipping in and out of survival mode. Again, this is a prolonged state of that alert state. Causes lots of issues because your body is pumping adrenaline, it's pumping cortisol, your prefrontal cortex, where you make your decisions and can logically figure things out, isn't working in tip-top shape. Your body cannot keep up with this constant state. So of course our body systems are going to shut down. Of course things like imagination and goals and wanting to go to the gym and work our way up in our career, all these other things, our hobbies, are not going to be top of the list anymore because your body and brain are just trying to survive. So now we've been over what it is, how it manifests. How the heck did we get here? Well, let me tell you. And it's probably a combination of all these things. Inadequate nutrition. Not only the quantity, how many calories you're consuming, but the quality. Are you getting nutrients, vitamins, minerals, all these other important things that your body needs to function at its best? Are you experiencing chronic stress? Real stressors, perceived stressors, all impact your body and your mind the same way. Have you been ignoring your body's signals? Do you have that illness that keeps coming up? And instead of listening to it and using it as information, we band-aid it with antibiotics, with a medication, with a pain patch, with a pill, with the just ignoring and shoving it away until it comes back. Have you been meeting your needs every single day? Or are you living for everybody else? Is your cup full every day before you start pouring into others? And you push through without giving yourself any rest or stillness. Like I said at the beginning, it's not your fault. In survival mode, your body prioritizes immediate needs, which is surviving. So your cravings, your low energy, that is your body doing its best to keep up what it can. If you are not giving yourself adequate nutrition, not meeting your body's needs, you are going to be drawn to eating calories, right? It makes sense. Your body is just trying to keep you alive. And so these cravings, these low energies, the holding on extra fat is there on purpose so that you are alive right now. So thank your body for having these built-in fail-safes. And guess what? We don't have to live there forever. And it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility if you want to do something about it. because we live in a world that praises productivity, showing up for other people, pushing and shoving, prioritizing meeting all of these external standards before listening and filling up your cup. So you've been taught this, you've been conditioned this way, and you've witnessed it in your environment. So let's freaking do something about it, but it is, like most things, gonna take some work. So let's acknowledge where we are. The way that I approach this with my clients, and have even found it to work on myself, because that's where most of my things come from. And there's lots of science behind it, don't worry. We have degrees, we have all the things, but experience teaches us the most. What do we do about it? We gotta nourish our bodies consistently. Find stillness and connect inside. Harness your daily habits. What are your non-negotiables that keep your cup full? Let's move our bodies. We gotta move that energy around because our bodies crave movement. And let's work on our mindset. So those perceived stressors, those negative beliefs that continue to hold us back through self-sabotage, through people-pleasing, are no longer our baseline. So let's talk about nourishing our body. How the heck do you get your body back to safety? Through adequate and consistent nutrition. So yes, that means meeting your body's needs, at least eating at maintenance calories for a minute to get your body out of this survival mode. And you would be shocked. I have yet to put a client on a deficit when they walk through the doors, and every single client that I have meeting their maintenance calorie needs from the start has undergone some type of body recomposition. In my coaching program, I have a guarantee. We sign a legal document. I have a guarantee that every client that signs up for my program will lose at least 2 inches off their waist. Why? Because when they start to fuel their bodies with enough nutrients and calories from the right sources, they undergo body recomposition. Their body starts to shed fat because it feels safe. Their inflammation decreases. Their stomach, where we hold all of our feelings of insecurity, start to relax. So it's a guarantee at this point. Meeting your body's minimum needs will increase your energy, decrease that fatigue, support your mental health, increase your mood, give you more energy, and you'll start to finally feel good. But it's not only how much we eat, it's what we eat. Harnessing the power of Mama Earth, because she knows exactly what we need. Focusing on whole foods. If it has a label or comes in a package, there's a huge chance, I'm gonna say 99% chance, that it was made in a lab to work on your body systems in a way that it keeps you in the survival mode because it feels good and we want more of it, but it doesn't actually meet your body's needs because it's lacking the nutrients, lacking the minerals and vitamins that your body needs to move your hormones around, for your liver to detox everything out of you, for your kidneys to take everything out of your blood. You need nutrients to survive. And that is why people hold excess body weight when they're eating a lot. So you might say, no, you're wrong. I've eaten a lot and I haven't lost any weight. But are you eating real food? Because guess what? I can guarantee this as well. If you were to focus only on whole foods, you would not be able to consume enough to be overweight. Because guess what? Our bodies know best. Our bodies find that homeostasis, find that maintenance when we give them real food, not something manufactured in a lab that is full of all these things that aren't food that we have normalized as food. Enough food, quality food, and then learning how to listen to your body. What does real hunger feel like? Or is this thirst? What does it feel like when I'm full? What foods feel best in my body? Because there are a few whole foods that my body doesn't necessarily love. And guess what? I didn't have to get a $900 gut poop test to tell me what I'm insensitive to. I have learned how to honor my body, to connect with my body, so that I know what information it gives me after I eat something that it may or may not like. So I'm not coming from a place of shame and blame and I shouldn't be eating this. No. I know that my body feels best when I feel this way, when I fuel it this way, and I want to feel freaking good all the times. Because we cannot shame ourselves whole, but we can empower ourselves to live a life that we want to live. So there's our fueling in a nutshell. Second big pillar I work on with my clients is restore. Down regulating your nervous system, getting into healthy sleeping patterns. Give your body the rest and recovery it deserves and has been screaming at you for ages. Establishing good sleep quality every single night consistently is so important. And it starts the second you wake up in the morning, getting sunshine and movement in the morning. Having a dark, cool, quiet, calm, safe environment. There's so many things we can do. Limit screen time, limit light exposure at night, blue light exposure at night. Like, do you even feel safe in your room and your bed? Is it a comfortable place to return to close your eyes? Because let me tell you, your body's already in survival mode. It's already on alert. And if your bedroom and your bed doesn't feel safe, how do you expect your body to relax and release and send you into these deep places of sleep where the rest and restore occur? Because at night, that is when your body and your mind repair, recharge, and get you ready for the next day. So can you blame yourself for being so tired and fatigued and not losing the weight or progressing in the gym? No, you can't. And again, it starts in the morning. Another key pillar of restore is lowering your body's actual cortisol levels to get into a more relaxed state, getting us out of this high adrenaline state. And I do that through stillness, breathing, meditating. Before you eat a meal, what do? How do you prepare a meal? Remember how I was saying that rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system? If we're not there when we eat, how do you expect your body to digest the food? It kind of just shovels it through. You can't even soak up all the goodies. No wonder you have tummy issues. Take a breath. Slow down. Decrease perceived stressors. Give your body the nourishment it needs. Because when you are in the parasympathetic nervous system, we can make conscious decisions. Our prefrontal cortex is on. We start imagining things, creating goals, and it connects you with your inner self more. So you can listen to the signals, all of the little things that your body's dropping hints of, hey, I need some help over here. Let's downregulate your nervous system. Reduce that chronic stress. Improve your energy and focus so you can sit with somebody and be present with them. Help stabilize your mood. Because you know what happens here? You also will reconnect with your body. You can breathe with an awareness. All the tools you need are within. Your nervous system needs to get out of this fight or flight response, and you are the only thing that can get it out. Not the CBD gummy, not the anxiety medication, not the fancy woo-woo salt lamp that you bought. Yes, it helps. Yes, all these things are golden and have power, but you first have to downregulate your own nervous system for these things to even make a dent. And no, Band-Aids don't get you there. They just cover it up until it gets more painful and something else needs a Band-Aid. So we have to downregulate your nervous system. That's why I use a lot of somatic work with my clients. Because at the end of the day, the point of this restore pillar is to build a trusting relationship with yourself. You know what you need, but do you trust yourself? Do you have enough evidence to have trust with yourself? Trust is earned, not given, and that goes for you too. You've denied yourself. You've abandoned yourself so much up until this point. You can't blame yourself for not trusting you. So let's start to rebuild that relationship. When you build trust with your internal knowing, you know when it's time for gentle discipline, like, hey, yeah, this is what we need to do. This is one of our non-negotiables. Or, hey, actually, we do need to rest and recover more. You'll be able to listen to your body's biofeedback, your internal knowing, because you're in charge of this ship. So stop giving other people access to the steering wheel. Pillar number 3 is movement. And this is so important because your body craves movement. It craves movement. That's how we move all that inflammation around. That's how our lymphatic system works, to get all the gunk out. And muscle is the most protective organ. Muscle is the most protective organ, and if you don't use it, you lose it. Strength training, daily steps, moving everything around, whatever feels good to you. Maybe that's swimming, maybe that's hot yoga. Because not only when you're moving are you increasing your cardiovascular health, you're helping with digestion, you're helping with your hormones, you're increasing your mood, you're reducing anxiety, you're getting these endorphins, you're working towards that toned appearance. Because when you have more muscle, I don't know about you, but I feel a lot better about myself than when I look a little flabby in the mirror. And muscle needs more fuel to maintain, so not only is your metabolism kickstarted. You can eat more food. Your body and your organs and your skeleton are protected. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to be in a wheelchair in a nursing home, any of that. I want to be able to get my ass off the toilet myself until the day I die. If you have a different opinion on that, that's okay. On top of all of that, like I said, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. And we use movement as a time to connect with our body and feel our bodies. Spending so much time up in our heads, trying to figure things out, please other people, yada, 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 the back and forth. Let's drop down into our bodies. Lift some freaking weights to protect ourselves because we care about ourselves enough to want to live a long, luxurious life. Get our steps in, move the gunk out, and honor what your body was made for. This vessel is so cool. But we gotta add some more goodies in there because pillar number 4 is habits. Claim your dream life. Create your non-negotiables, part of your normal. People talk about habits all the time, but do you know what a habit actually is? Habits are your automatic response to a stimulus. Your automatic response. You do not have to think about your habits. I am, what did I post? I posted on Instagram today. I am day 103 of starting every day on my yoga mat. Whether I meditate, whether I sit in silence, whether I lay there and cry, whether I just breathe, whether I actually do yoga, whether I listen to a guided meditation or just snuggle my dog. I still have to think about it every single day when I get up. It has not become a habit. I'm forming a habit, but it has not become a habit because it's not my automatic response. Past week, we're almost there, but this is things like the second you're waiting in line, do you automatically go open your phone and go to Instagram? These little things that we don't notice, those are habits. You going on a walk 3 times a week, that is not a habit. That is something that you would like to be a habit. So I just wanted to get that out of the way because habits allow us to find a rhythm and a balance. So if your habits are finding a rhythm and a balance of things you don't want and don't like, that don't feel good, let's reframe that. Let's start adding in things that allow you to feel good. And then guess what? Naturally, those things will fall away. You don't have to think about this as getting rid of all your bad habits. Think of this as just sprinkling in new habits to take you where you want to go. Do you want to have a stronger mindset? Do you want a deeper connection with yourself? Start journaling. Do you want to sleep better at night? 10 minutes of sun every day. Start with bite-sized things that allow you to find your non-negotiables. And then the cool thing is, once you know what your non-negotiables are that help you stay connected to your body, stay the healthiest, most confident version of you, when you're traveling, when you're going out of town, when things are crazy, you will still know like what core 4 or 3 that you have, that when everything's going crazy, you don't have any time, you're still showing up for you. Being devoted to yourself is the most powerful thing, and it's way different than discipline. I've talked about this before. Discipline can often have a shame connotation to it. I have to do this to feel good. No, devotion is, I get to honor my body in this way because I want to feel good. I'm devoted to myself. I'm devoted to my goals. I know I'm worthy, whether I get there or not, but I'm devoted to continuing development. Versus discipline can come in and be like, if you don't do it, you suck. No, you don't suck. Why would you tell yourself that? Do you really want to believe that? I mean, if you do, cool. You can probably stop watching this video because we're not going to resonate very well, but I don't think you suck. And if you've made it this far, then you got a lot of courage, that's for sure. And people with courage, they don't suck. Pillar number 5, the final foundation of my program, my approach, my life is mindset. I talked about your brain earlier, the survival mechanisms built into your brain. We cannot change our animal brain. But guess what you also have? A mind. And guess what you have a pretty freaking almost 100% control over? I'm going to argue 100%, but for sake of this, almost 100% control over your mind. So unlock the power of your mind, overcome all that's held you back, and be the person you want to be, starting right now. Because mindset matters. You can force results. You can follow the macro plan, follow the workout plan, get where you want to be, but does it feel good? No, because you haven't come from an empowered place, building confidence every step of the way. My clients, 3rd week in, we start physically rewiring their unconscious brain using neuroscience, using all these fun things that I've got, because you have your conscious and your subconscious. Your subconscious is like the programming that your conscious brain works off of. So yes, I can sit here and make conscious decisions. Those decisions are running under the programs that live in my unconscious brain. And my unconscious brain has picked up a lot of shit from people outside of me. So I've reframed it to be built by me so that I can be the person I want to be every day, going where I want to go, loving myself every step of the way. What subconscious programming in your mind is running your life? Is it telling you you're not worthy of success? Is it telling you that you're going to fail? Is it telling you if people don't accept you and validate you, you suck and you're a loser? Is it telling you you're always going to be left? You're always going to be alone? You're fat and ugly? Is any of that even true? No. I'll tell you right now that 90% of the things in your subconscious programming, unless you've done some work there, is incorrect, was something somebody else told you that hurt, that you put in as true because your survival brain needs you to fit in because you're an animal. And part of survival is we need other people. It takes a village. But we live in a society that says, no, independence. Be on your own. You don't need nobody. Because the words you speak to yourself are so powerful. Do you even know what those words are? Treat yourself with the same kindness you would treat somebody you love. Because even if you don't love yourself wholeheartedly in this moment, I tell this to my clients, by the end of my program, you will. So start acting like it now. Can't expect to wake up and start loving yourself unless you start acting like that. This is a big acknowledge. In my program, we then move into a mend phase where we start giving the places that need a little more love. Then we move into the embody phase where we integrate everything we've done and embody it. Because we can think about this all we want. We can do all the rewiring. We can do all the maneuvering and figuring out the habits. But it's not until you start to embody the person that you really want to be, doing the things you really want to do, that you are going to be that person. That was a little aside. Coming back in. Another really important thing about mindset is it signals safety to your body. So we can meet your body's caloric fuel needs. We can downregulate your nervous system. We can get you meditating. We can get you doing the habits in the sunshine and the water and the breathing. But if your mind is still being mean to you, do you expect to feel safe? We need to signal safety to your body through your internal dialogue, because your mind and body are always communicating. And if you are filled with chronic negative self-talk, self-belittling, shaming yourself, your body and mind are never going to feel safe. And a lot of even nervous system regulation can happen in your mind. No, it's not the full picture, but we need to reframe your internal dialogue, prioritizing your needs, making you feel safe doing that before we can get into any sort of relaxing, restoring, or healing. And we do this, like I said, through reframing your internal dialogue, self-affirmations, listening to your body's cues, and prioritizing your needs. So yes, my 5 pillars can stand alone, but guess what, friends? We got to integrate all of it so that you can finally embody. Excuse me. So if you're ready to take control of your life, finally be the person that you want to be, start honoring this vessel, using your mind, connecting with yourself. Stop searching outside for the fix because it's not there. I'll tell you, I've tried a lot of, almost 90% of the things you could try. And I've tried them. I went all in. If you know me, you know I jump in with 2 feet. Not only in the good things, but with the maladaptive things too. Guess where it led me? The freaking psych ward and rehab. And so it doesn't work, my friends. It's put me in the deepest places I've ever been. And I'm so grateful for that. Because now I can sit here and tell you it doesn't work and tell you exactly how to get out of it. Because I did it. And you can too. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility if you want to do something about it. So let's start fueling your body with quality foods, honoring your body's needs, learning to listen to your body's cues, down-regulating your nervous system, proper sleep, getting that movement in, your daily steps. Do it in the sunshine. Protecting your body through resistance training, keeping your muscle mass on. Finding movement that allows you to connect with your body, whatever that looks like. Even if that's sitting still and rolling your neck twice a day. Let's harness your mindset, unlock the power of your mind so you're not running on autopilot from a survival, mammal, animal brain. And then let's get your mindset and habits, then let's get your habits as true habits, honoring your non-negotiables so that you stay top of the list. And like I said, my program follows these 5 pillars, and this is all at the beginning. And if you truly want to take control of your life, you're truly ready to jump in with 2 feet, my program is the perfect program for you. It's an investment in your future. It's an investment in you. And like I said, it has a freaking guarantee. If you jump in with 2 feet, if you're ready to show up for you, I guarantee you results. 0 risk investment, team. 0 risk. I will guarantee you'll be a different person at the end. I have loads of clients that will tell you it works. And I'm here as proof it works. And if you're ready, you know where to find me. Show notes below will have my Instagram, where you can find my coaching inquiry. We'll hop on a call. We'll dive deep together, and then we'll hit the ball rolling. Whether it's blood work, whether it's whatever you need, I got you covered. But the question is, are you ready? So let me ask you again, team. Are you ready to take control of your life? Y'all are rock stars. Have a great day.